All right, hello everybody. My name is Tristan Folks, and today we are in Alabama right now. We are heading to Talladega Super Speedway for the Jack Links 500. This will be a race vlog. The last one was in Atlanta, so I'm very excited to get out here. This is my first time going to Talladega, so it should be an amazing experience. So other than that, we're gonna go to the car here. I just wanted to show that we're here, and we have some objectives to complete today before the race. So we'll get right into it in the car. All right, we're gonna talk about the objectives that we need to complete today. The first one is to acquire a Kyle Larson Prime bottle at Circle K. At all the Circle K's in Alabama, there should be a Larson Prime bottle. The second one is go to Publix and get a pub sub while running the entire time. This is Forrest Gump inspired, believe it or not. So I'm not too sure how I'm going to pull this one off, but we'll figure it out. And then the third objective is to go to Davey Allison Memorial Park in downtown Talladega. And we have a bonus objective. If we see someone in a Ricky Bobby fire suit, we get to go take a selfie with them, if they consent, obviously. So those are the three objectives plus the bonus. I feel pretty good. It's a little challenging, but we'll see how we do with two of the three. Other than that, after that, when we get to the track, I'll go over my NASCAR fantasy picks, and then I also post those on X/Twitter, whatever in the world you want to call it. So other than that, we're gonna get the driving, and we're gonna be stopping at some Circle K's, and hopefully this doesn't take too long. First try. I cannot believe how easy it was to find this bottle. I knew they were at all Circle K's in Alabama. So the first one right off the exit, I ended up taking it based on the map where it said this product is, and I ended up finding it. So I'm really happy I did. The person working there said they just got them about 2 days ago. So we came in clutch. So we made this first objective look very easy. So we're moving on to the second objective, and we are going to be heading to Publix, and I will be thinking about how we're exactly going to do this challenge without looking like a maniac. Also, dear William, I would love to share a Coke with you, even if you don't win the race today. Hinting at my fantasy picks. My mama always said, life is like a box of chocolates. You never know what you're gonna get. I already ordered this online, so we're gonna see how long I'm gonna be running in here. So hopefully it's not long. We're gonna get some other things too for the race. This is the worst challenge ever. Alright, did not capture me running the entire time, but every worker there saw me running and I explained what I was doing and they completely understood, and they can confirm that I ran the entire time. So we did that. We got sun chips, we got half sugar cookies, half chocolate chip, And then we have a pup sub. It's a chicken tender sub, classics. Also, that challenge was a bit wonky, but at the end of the day, we ended up doing it. It looked really weird. And at least got me a little workout. I'm not playing soccer today, so at least we got a little running in. We are heading to the Davey Allison Memorial Park, which is where the Talladega Walk of Fame is. Alright, we are going to complete our last objective. We have just got to the Davey Allison Memorial Park. It's right over there, so we'll get right into it. Feel free to stop the video as I walk through the Talladega Walk of Fame if you'd like to take a closer look at something or read some great facts. This is pretty dope overall. I showed you everyone in here. Logano just got inducted, but he doesn't have his out here just yet. It's obviously 2 days new. But overall, we're walking through turn 1 and 2. This would be a really cool place to like do a workout, such as go running. So if you're ever in Talladega, even on your free time, come check this place out. It is pretty cool. It has to be one of the coolest things I've seen, and so far I'm really enjoying Alabama itself. So we're gonna get ready to head to the car as we go down the back straightaway here, and we're gonna get to the track. All right, we're going to talk about NASCAR fantasy picks for Talladega. I'm really scared how this is going to go because I am second in my league and I am trying to win this league. And I've been gaining on the leader week after week. And I would hate for a lot of this to get thrown away too, which we're also taking some risk. But first off, we're going to go through the lineup. I have Austin Cindric. I expect him to lead a lot of laps at Talladega. So we'll see if he can stay up front. I expect him to stay up front. Maybe he'll win the race. My other one, I'm going with Chase Elliott. I know he's starting way back, but we've seen him come up all the way to the front. So I'm not too concerned about that. And then we also have Ryan Blaney. He's won here a lot of times. So I really feel he'll be a contender for sure. And then we also have my favorite driver, Joey Logano. I haven't used him since the first 2 races of the year. I think this is Logano's best shot to get a win all season right now. Minus maybe Atlanta when you go back over there during the summer. But this is probably his best chance right now to lock himself into the playoffs. But overall, he's pretty fine in points. But Logano looks really good on these speedways. So he just needs to not get in trouble. And talking about a driver who does not get in trouble, I have William Byron. I feel that Byron is showing to avoid wrecks as he manages to do. Here's my thoughts on Byron. I've used him 5 times already. So is the guy in first. So I don't know what his lineup is, obviously, until the race starts. But I feel I'm wanting to gain points. So I feel you got to be desperate. So I'm going to go with Byron here. He's always finding ways to finish first or get a really good finish. And then in my garage, this is my crazy pick, but I like some things about this driver, and it could just be his lucky day, which I talked about in my preview video of who would make the playoffs. I have Todd Gilliland, believe it or not. He's starting 15th. He's in that 34 car for Front Row Motorsports, so we know the Fords have a lot of speed, but I feel he's going to find a way to sneak up front and get a win. I don't know why I feel that way, but I do. So he could win the race. That may or not be my pick to win the race in order to make my playoff grid look as accurate as possible. We're going to get into the matchups real quick. We have Austin Cindric against Alex Bowman. I'm putting Cindric over Bowman. I know Bowman gets really good average finishes since he's joined Hendrick Motorsports at super speedways, but I feel Cindric has speed, honestly, and Cindric's also in my lineup. This was the harsh one between Kyle Larson and Ross Chastain. Larson has also been finding his way up front at super speedways. He's wrecked in some of them too, though, but I feel he'll find his way up front, contend for a win. And I'm not saying that because I have this prime. Let's try that again. I'm not saying that because I have this prime butter right here. It's really a toss-up. Chastain could get in front of him. It can go either way. Chastain has won here before. Next one. This one's also a harsh one between Joey Logano and Kyle Busch. Both have speed. Kyle Busch is due for a win. I agree. But I have Logano here just because he's in my lineup. That's really the sake of that. I try to stay consistent, if you know what I'm saying. And then this one was a very easy one for me. Austin Dillon over Noah Gragson. Noah Gragson has not been doing too good in that 4 car right now. But I really like what Austin Dillon has shown just based on pure speed. Same with his teammate Kyle Busch. So those are going to be my fantasy picks. Other than that, we are going to walk to the track and hopefully we can complete our bonus objective. Alright, we'll do one of the typical fits of the day. We have the new shirt. We have the Lululemon shorts, NBA Nike socks with the James Harden volume shoes from last year. The sunglasses, obviously, and then we got the 2025 hat. So, pretty identical. We've changed the fit up little by little, but this should work for the rest of the season minus the St. Louis race. So, other than that, it looks pretty cool. Well, we were about 2/10 off. I ended up clipping the apron both times in 1 and 2, unfortunately. Trying to get as close as I could, but overall, pretty decent. We are getting our steps in, seeing if we can find a Ricky Bobby impersonator. I don't think we will, as of now, but I shouldn't lose hope. But it's a bonus for a reason, it's for fun. So, we're in the grandstands now. We got a couple hours to kill, so I'm gonna watch some NHL probably, and then we'll get some videos. Also, we'll be transitioning to the iPhone for race videos here and out. I'll talk on the GoPro if there is time to do that, so we'll just have to see.
Alright, do solemnly swear that I will support and give yourselves a round of applause. Give yourself a round of applause. Let's hear it for our soldiers. Less than 1% joined this great state of Alabama, and Alabama is one of the most deployed states in the country because we are patriotic and we do what we got to do.
Your old Talladega GNCC winner, so let's please welcome from give a big NASCAR welcome to Adam Smith, joined by his friends Sasquatch and Getty.
Yeah, we're 46 and 47.
Riders, start your engines!
First off, just a small spoiler here. There are a couple of drivers who got disqualified after the race for failing post-race inspection, so I will have the official results from NASCAR throughout the race, and laps led by those disqualified still count. Also a reminder, copyright music gets played during the race, so you may hear music in between. With 12 to go, the audio got corrupted, which is frustrating, but we have the footage, and that's all that matters. Other than that, sit back and enjoy.
Smith in the middle part of the racetrack. Joey Logano ahead, the car that behind him. Kyle Busch, and now Ryan Preece to come from
Three different lanes. The middle lane right now has the advantage. That's where the leader is. Aggressive driving here in the early going on Talladega. Joey Logano again on that outside, hugging the ball all the way up the back straightaway. He's very powerful down the street, and he is getting help from down here. Austin Dillon attacking from the low side.
Austin Dillon trying to move that inside lane forward. He'll pull alongside of Zane Smith and Joey Logano and grab the lead momentarily. By the time they get to turn number 4, though, Joey Logano on that outside lane is going to
And they have another lane drifting even higher on the racetrack.
Zane Smith has just reclaimed the lead in a move that propels him out into the clean air behind Zane. They are 3 wide. They're coming to the line. It'll be like 18 on the board. To want to be up front here at Talladega. You don't want to be involved in anything that might want to blind you, and that's going to be in the early going here at Talladega. We've been 3 wide, we've been 4 wide, but right now among the front 10, 12 cars, we're back to double wide. Begin to peel off the racetrack to Toyotas and a handful of Chevys behind them. There's no problem there. It is just not able to gain any traction. So they're going to try and push him onto the asphalt, and that's exactly what they're doing right now. Here's a here. Go ahead and work on it behind the wall.
I was recording
and
too
get
when it
back out
happened.
there, even though you may be last in. Now we're
I didn't know they were hitting.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see if Kozlowski, if his day is done.
He's the weekend. The entire premises, Big Bill's is the place to go.
They're going to change right side Goodyear Eagles, the Jack Links Toyota. John Hunter Nemechek is in as well. More cars in front of Steve Post.
Stage one, and we'll get more or less the picture of the day. Anything changes when they come
Sliding back out towards the middle of the back, straight away. Everybody's going to take to make some action. Two-car incident.
running different lanes with different agendas right now. David Suarez, bottom of the racetrack, running and gunning for the lead. His teammate Ross Chastain, 3 lanes outside him.
Yeah, we were wondering about that, truth be told, because we saw a lot of 4-wide action in stage number 1, and it started to go 12 laps in this time to win it.
It's going to be 36 laps to go in stage number 2. And down to the bottom of the a whole bunch
race. Josh Berry, Kyle Busch, their days might have just come to an end.
Yeah, unfortunately for them, they're going to have to come back down slowly go down pit road while the rest of the field is
You have to come back in and go down.
Here they come, as a matter of fact. So the two of them are working together. That is a small group that has been
This is where we lost the rest of the audio, and trust me, your ears would have been non-existent if I kept it in. Anyways, there's 11 to go here, so hopefully some audio here is better than no audio, and you'll hear from me again at the end of the video as William Byron currently holds the lead. All right, so that was the Jacklings 500 at Talladega. I'm going to be going to the hotel in Birmingham first, so we'll do the review when I get there. I'm just gonna relax. Also, we won in my fantasy league today, and we are now leading the league by 1 point, so you better start looking at my fantasy picks because I ain't playing. It's the start of the check era. You better watch out. I'm feeling really good, like really good. And I'm happy about Logano's 5th place finish, even though I kind of wish he could win, but he didn't crash. He finished 5th. I can't complain. And I liked how the race flowed, so we'll get into my review later. All right, good morning. So I saw the news right around 9 p.m. Joey Logano failed post-race inspection as well as Ryan Preece. So I considered doing a video when I got back from dinner, but I didn't feel I'd give you my proper thoughts. So I watched some hockey, went to sleep, getting ready to head out of here. So before I head out of here, I'll give you my final thoughts. We still won the fantasy league, but I am no longer ranked first in the league. So unfortunate about that. And we are within the top 3,000. But anyways, about the race was fairly clean, I would say. We saw the first round of green flag pit stops see Keselowski and Busch tangle, which also got Bowman and Ryan Blaney. So that's when I put Gilliland in. And then right off the restart, we saw a bad push go wrong between Joe Gibbs Racing teammates. Very unfortunate there. And then we only saw one spin during the second stage, which was Hunter Nemechek coming off of pit road. He got into the puddles and he went spinning into oncoming traffic. Thankfully, no one hit him. But it looks like NASCAR was probably partying on Talladega Boulevard when that happened, because I can tell you they did not have a clue it happened. And in my video, as you see, we had group pitting, we had another group coming around the track, and then we had cars exiting pit road, but they missed it completely. Other than that, we did not see a caution for incident for about 136 laps, if I'm not mistaken. So that's pretty crazy. I like when races play out naturally, so hopefully I captured the green flag pit stops there. I really like seeing how the race played out personally. I know a lot of people didn't like it because of the runs at the end. They just stayed double side by side. I kind of understand, because if you make a third lane, it dies out. So everyone felt they had to stay in their own lane. And then towards the end of the race, it was just Ryan Preece and Austin Cindric going for it. Whoever would push right, and then they were catching up to Kyle Busch and Josh Berry. I was wondering if they were going to catch them, but they wanted to stay on the lead lap. And I believe the drafting help gave Cindric that win. I mean, he would have won anyways. We now know that. So, hey, at least he won at the race, and then we get back to the hotel and we find out he didn't. But other than that, I'm pretty good with the race. A lot of people aren't. I guess it just depends what your preference is and what you like to see at the track. But I thought the race was very fair. I really enjoyed it. It's my favorite race I went to this year. Just felt really good being out there. Alabama's a really cool state, honestly, so check it out. I should be going to Kansas next weekend, so we have another race vlog on the way, so I'm excited for that. I hope you enjoyed everything we did from the pre-race and then during the race. I had a really good time, and the people around me were great. Talked about all sorts of stuff, even hockey. So other than that, I'm going to be getting ready to head out of here. I'll have a vlog coming out this week about what my summer looks like and possibly beyond that. So stay tuned for that later this week. Other than that, that will be it from me, and I hope to see you soon. Take care.